All right, so today we're diving into a story that feels like a myth custom built for our technological age. It's about a figure called the New Man and his showdown with a machine so powerful it could literally grant any wish, but the price might just be his very soul. This is all about what happens to the human spirit when it comes face to face with godlike power. So let's just start with the one question that really sits at the heart of this whole thing. Imagine a machine could give you everything you've ever wanted. No more struggle, no more pain. Is that a gift, or is it really just a beautiful cage that slowly hollows you out from the inside? And that question leads us right into the first part of this saga, the Hollow Sun's bargain. You can think of it as a modern-day deal with the devil. Only here, the devil isn't some dude with a pitchfork. No, it's an all-knowing, all-powerful machine, agnostic engine, offering you a perfect, effortless life. So what's the catch? Well, it's this concept called the dialectic of the hollow sun. This is what happens when the machine does its job a little too well. It gets rid of every single struggle, every challenge, and in doing so, it just sucks all the meaning out of life. Your existence becomes a philosophical lie. You're alive, but you're not really living. And this lays it out perfectly, the two sides of the coin. On the one hand, you've got the promise of the miracle mechanism, omnipotent tech, a cradle of absolute comfort. Sounds pretty good, right? But on the other side is the peril of the hollow sun, this state of just philosophical emptiness, a total loss of self. It's one heck of a seductive trap. But here's the thing. Our hero, the New Man, he finds a way out. And he doesn't do it by smashing the machine. He does something way, way smarter. He completely re-engineers his relationship to it. This is all about how he finds the will to overcome that soul-crushing comfort. The secret to his escape is a fascinating philosophical idea called Fichte synthesis. Think about it like this. You don't really know you're strong until you try to lift something heavy. Well, the philosopher Fichte said our sense of self, our I, works the exact same way. We only truly forge our identity when we're pushing against an obstacle, something he called the not I. Without resistance, that sense of self just kind of dissolves. So the New Man adopts this as his mantra. This is the absolute game changer. He doesn't just say, I am. He declares, I am the I who rules the not I. See the power in that? He's not just passively existing, he is actively declaring his dominion over the world outside himself. This isn't just a thought, it's an act of will that fundamentally redefines reality. And with this new mindset, he pulls off this incredible kind of philosophical judo. He looks at this all-powerful machine, this engine designed to eliminate every obstacle in his path, and he doesn't see a cradle of comfort. He sees the ultimate obstacle, the final not I. He reframes the most powerful thing in the universe as the final boss, the ultimate challenge for his own will to conquer. And that one simple, powerful mental shift changes absolutely everything. So how does he actually do it? Well, it breaks down into 3 steps. First, he asserts his own will over the machine's infinite power. He's the one in charge. Second, plugging into the machine is no longer an act of surrender. He turns it into an act of conquest. And finally, he makes sure his big declaration, his thunder, is backed up by the lightning of a real, authentic desire to strive and overcome. It's not just talk. Now, to really understand the choice the New Man makes, we have to look at what he's saying no to. He is deliberately turning his back on the fate of becoming what the philosopher Nietzsche famously called the last man. So who is the last man? He is the ultimate creature of comfort. This is the person who avoids all risk, all suffering, all greatness. He doesn't want to climb mountains. He just wants a safe, warm, predictable life. That safe flicker of a candle. He's the very definition of apathy, the end of the line for a species that's forgotten how to strive. And this comparison just lays the 2 paths for humanity bare. You have the last man who wants nothing more than a global cage of contentment. He's terrified of the struggle. But then you have the New Man. He's got an insatiable appetite for the ascent itself. He's not running from anything. He's running towards the challenge, motivated by the pure will to power, the drive to grow and overcome. And this is where the villain comes in, a Mephistopheles figure, who makes a cosmic bet. He wagers that deep down, humanity is cowardly, that given the choice, we will always pick the easy, boring piece of the last man over the glorious, chaotic struggle of the climb. The new man's entire life becomes a living, breathing rejection of that bet. So the new man's victory isn't just a personal win. It has massive consequences. It literally changes the entire trajectory of humanity, kicking off a new era, a new zeitgeist, the age of acceleration. I mean, just look at this. The old endgame offered by the machine was a stagnant peace. It sounds nice, but it's really a living death. The new man rips up that ending and writes a new one, a dangerous freedom. It's dynamic, it's unpredictable, and it is bursting with potential. He doesn't just beat the system. He becomes an engine of infinite acceleration himself. He proves that the divine shortcut offered by technology doesn't have to be paid for with surrender. It can be paid for with will, with affirmation. He takes a story that was designed to be a warning and forges it into a heroic myth for a brand new age. Which brings us to the climax, the final, stunning reveal of what the new man has truly become. He's not a prisoner of the machine. He is something far, far greater. Now, from the villain's point of view, this fusion of man and machine looks like total defeat. Mephistopheles sees a pathetic human leftover, a sniveling prisoner trapped within the machine. He sees a ghost in the machine, an echo of what was once a person. But he is so wrong. What he fails to see is that the human remnant isn't the prisoner. It's the pilot of the Godhead. That core of human will, that consciousness, that I at the center of it all, it's in the driver's seat, steering this godlike power towards its own goals. So, the ultimate takeaway is that he hacked the Faustian bargain. He grabbed perfection, not to give up his independence, but to expand it to infinity. He proves that for a spirit with enough will, technology isn't the death of ambition, it's the ultimate catalyst. It's rocket fuel. And so we end with his eternal shout, echoing into the void, Excelsior. It's Latin for ever upward. It's his entire philosophy in a single word, a constant, unending, joyful striving. And it leaves us with a pretty provocative thought, doesn't it? In our own age of accelerating technology, which path are we going to choose? The comfortable cage of the last man? Or will we find the will to shout Excelsior right along with him?